Okay. Partnerships taxation. So when it's become partnerships, keep in mind, in case of your sum, here I am not going to discuss laws related to these and the other provisions. Those I am not going to discuss. I am directly come to the sum. Then in the sum, if you go through the sums, simply you should keep in your mind, when it's become the taxable profit of a partnership, taxable profit of a partnership, you cannot deduct, in the sense when you are doing the sum, you cannot deduct, or from the view of partnership business cannot deduct the expenses which incurred related to the partners. Okay, what are the expenses directly related to the partners in partnerships? Simply salaries, profit shares, interest on capital, those things. Okay, partnership business cannot deduct those as expenses when they are calculating the taxable profit. Okay, when they are calculating the taxable profit, they cannot deduct it. Other than that, the expenses which have not allowed by the Inland Revenue Department also cannot deduct, as we did in the sole trade business, individual businesses, individual taxation, some under business income, as we discussed, some allowed expenses and some not allowed expenses. In this particular case, you cannot deduct those not allowed expenses too. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, then here අපි ආයෙත් මම conclude කරොත් එහෙම, බද්දට යටත් ආදායම, බද්දට යටත් හවුල් ව්‍යාපාරයේ බද්දට යටත් ආදායම ගණනය කරනකොට හවුල් කරුවන්ට කරන ගෙවීම්, හවුල් කරුවන් වෙනුවෙන් දරන වියදම් අඩු කරන්න ඉඩ දෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොනවද? හවුල් කරුවන්ට ගෙවන වේතන, හවුල් කරුවන්ට ගෙවන ලාභ කොටස්, හවුල් කරුවන්ට ගෙවන පොලි, ප්‍රාග්ධන මත පොලි, ඒව අඩු කරන්න ඉඩ දෙන්නේ නැහැ. අනිත් කාරණාව තමයි, අපි ව්‍යාපාරික ලාභය ගණනය කිරීමේදී ඉඩ නොදෙන වියදම්, අපි කතා කරේ තනි පුද්ගල බද්ද කතා කරනකොට, ඒ වියදම් අඩු කරන්න ඉඩ දෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. Okay, then in the sum, you may given, in majority of cases, you have given the profit which calculated after considering those expenses that related to the partners. At that particular case, you need to adjust that part. So how to adjust this? So if you have given the accounting profit which calculated after considering the expenses related to the partners, okay, here in the sum it will mention, let's see, then you need to adjust, then the expenses, those expenses needed to add back, those expenses needed to add back. What are those? Partner salaries. Now we have deducted, when we calculate, if we have deducted partner salary when calculating accounting profit, then we need to add that back. Then interest on capital, we need to add back. All other those types of expenses we need to add back. In addition to that, if there are any not allowed expenses, those things also need to be add. And also if there are any allowed expenses which have not considered in calculating accounting profit, like capital allowances, ප්‍රාග්ධන දීමනා වගේ මේකෙදි consider නොකරපු දේවල් තියෙනවා නම් we can deduct. Okay, then we have to take the balance. Take the balance. This is known as divisible profit. Divisible profit. Divisible profit. Okay, from this, here keep in mind I am doing this calculation according to the 2020-21. 2020-21කට අනුව තමයි මේ ගණනය කිරීම මම සිද්ධ කරන්නේ. In the paper you can do whatever the way, 2019-20 or 2021 in case of ITIK go. We better, okay. Then divisible profit you can get. Then there is a tax-free amount. What is the tax-free amount? In case of a partnership, tax-free amount. $1 million. Okay. 1 million. Then we can deduct that one. Then we can get the answer that is known as taxable profit. Okay, then tax rate related to the partnership is 6%. Then we can, according to that, we can take tax expense. That's all. Then here this tax expense we need to distribute among the partners. That way of distributing that I will discuss with the sum. Okay, so hope all of you are okay with this. Then let's move to the sum. Here I am going to discuss some double weighted questions passed from the past papers of double AT. Then the first one, I am going to discuss this question. Here they have requested to calculate this according to the 2019-20. I am going to calculate this according to 2021. Okay, all these days let's revise it. Okay, first let's have a read. Happy Deals, which is a partnership business formed by Ravi and his friend Dilum to distribute homemade spices island-wide. Ravi and Dilum have agreed to share profit and losses equally. As per the financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2021, net profit of the partnership was 1850. Okay. The following information were extracted from the books of partnership. First one, the following expenses have been deducted when arriving the net profit. Salaries and wages including partners' salaries, 5,700. Vehicle hire charges 960. depreciation of delivery lorry 420, rent 240. Ravi and Dilum drew a monthly salary of rupees 80,000 and 100,000 respectively. Business is carried out in a building owned by Dilum and a rent of rupees 20,000 per month has been paid to him. Vehicle hire charges have been paid for distribution of spices to customers. The motor lorry is also used to deliver spices and the cost is rupees 3 million. Calculate the following for the year of assessment 2020-21. The partnership income for tax purpose, the withholding tax payable, earlier that is withholding tax, nowadays tax payable by the partnership, share of partnership of income of each partner, the withholding tax credit available to each partner. In your case, that will directly ask the tax credit available to each partner, but in your case also if the sum come as 2019-21 2019 විස්සට આવොත් එහෙම මේ wordings වලින්ම තමයි ඔයාලට එන්නේ. නමුත් ඔයාලා 20 21 විදියට කරන්න. It's okay. It's okay for me. Okay. Now let's see. First, let's do the calculations. Happy deals. Income tax, expense for the year of assessment 2020-21. So as we discussed, we need to add something and we need to deduct something. Here, first one, we have been given the net profit. So let's put that one as account in profit. I am doing this one without considering last 3 zeros. 1,850. 1,850. Then here, the following expenses has been deducted when arriving the net profit. When arriving net profit, here these expenses has considered. Salaries and wages, yes, this is okay. Salaries and wages deducting when calculating the profit is okay, but it has included the partner salaries. Then partner salaries are not allowed. So we need to add back the partner salaries. Partner salaries. For Ravi, it is 80. For Dilum, it is 100. This is per month. Then we need to consider for year. 80 plus 100 into 12, 2160. 2160. Now this is okay. Then vehicle hire charges. Vehicle hire charges. Related to the vehicle hire charges, you can see vehicle hire charges have been paid for distribution of spices to customers. This is a distribution expenses. That means simply when generating the accounting profit, they have incurred this expense. Therefore, this is allowed. This is an allowed expense. So, vehicle hire. This is deducting this one is okay, allowed. Then no need to do any adjustment. You can write allowed expense. Here I am not having enough space, therefore I am not writing. You can write as that as allowed expense. Depreciation delivery lorry is 420. Depreciation is not allowed. We know that when it's become business income, depreciation is not allowed expense. So we need to add that back. 420. Here, but for this one, we need to calculate the capital allowances. Capital allowances. We need to calculate the capital allowances. We know that when it's become these types of assets, we are having that capital allowances table. I am not going to show you this now in this moment. For a motor vehicle, and according to the Inland Revenue Act provisions, useful lifetime should be considered as 5 years. Therefore, here the value cost of this motor vehicle is 300. Then what we should do is when calculating capital allowances, 3000 should be divided by 5. Why do we divide by 5? Because according to the Inland Revenue Act provisions, useful lifetime of these motor vehicles are 5 years. That's why. Then we can calculate capital allowance. 3000 divided by 5, 600. We need to deduct that one. We need to deduct that one. Then rent. Rent 240. Rent in the sense that this rent one have explained here in point 3. Business carried out on a building owned by Dilung and rent of rupees 20,000. 20,000 into 12, 240. This one has got. But here, as this is not related to the partnership agreement, this is the different matter. Here, not as the partner, this is a different agreement. Okay, when renting this business firm to the partnership, that is a different agreement, separate from the partnership agreement. So this rent income, rent expense, we can allow to deduct according to the act. Therefore, rent expense, it's allowed. Why? That's a separate agreement, not from the partnership act. Sorry, partnership agreement. So this one also allowed. Now already they have deducted this, therefore no need to do anything. Okay. Then vehicle hire charges we adjusted. Now all the things are okay. Now we need to take the total. $1,850 plus 2,160 plus 420. Answer 4,430. Here 600. Let's deduct here 600. 3,830. This is known as divisible profit. Divisible profit. Okay. Now we need to deduct tax-free amount. According to the Act 2021 in here, the tax-free amount is 1 million, as we discussed a few minutes back. Then we can get taxable income. Taxable income. That is 2,830. Then tax rate. Tax rate here for partnership 6%. 49. Why did you raise your hand? Are there any questions? If you have any questions, please ask. Okay. 2,830 into 6%. 169.8. This is the tax credit. Or payable tax here, or otherwise withholding tax credit. Now in this particular case, we calculate the income for tax purposes, that is the taxable income 2,830. Withholding tax payable by partnership 169. Now share of partnership income of each partner and the withholding tax credit available to each partner, we need to calculate. So I will show the way these concepts. Earlier also I have prepared. I have these types of schedules with you. Okay, same types of sums I have done in my previous recaps with you, if you remind. Here within this partnership, we are having two partners, Ravi and Dilum. Let's take separate column as total. What are the expenses which we paid for this? So this is the divisible profit. This is the divisible profit. From this divisible profit here, from this accounting profit, we have removed the partner salaries. And if we have interest on capital and other expenses also related to the partnership agreement or agreement, those also should be removed. So first thing, we need to list out those expenses which we should pay through this divisible profit. මේ අර විසර්ජන ගිණුම හදද්දා නාන් ඒ වගේ මේ බෙදියාකි ලාභය තුලින් ගෙවන වියදම් අපි මුලින්ම ලයිස්තුගත කරන්න ඕනේ. Here only we are having the salaries. So salaries in the sense for Ravi, here you can see for Ravi it's 80. Then 18 to 12, 960. Then Dilum 100. Then 100 into 12, 1,200. Okay. 1,200 plus 960, 2,160. Okay. 2,160. So in your sum, in case of exam, sometimes you may have interest on capital. Then at that time, that those also should be paid through this divisible profit. At that scenario, you need to list it out those also here. Then පුතේ ඔයාලට exam එකේදී දෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ හවුල් කරුවන්ගේ වැටුප්පට අමතරව ගිවිසුමේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන් හවුල් කරුවන්ට පොලි ගෙවපුවා. ආන් ඒ වගේ scenes. අන්න එහෙම තිබ්බොත් ඒවත් මෙතන ලිස්ට් කරන්න ඕනේ. But here only we are, but keep in mind only the things which is available in the agreement, partnership agreement. Okay. After paying this, okay, after paying this, they may have another, how much? Now divisible profit we can put here 3,830. After paying the salaries and other things, interest on capital, all the things, the remaining part, that means here 2,830, sorry, 3,830 minus 2,160, 2,160, then answer would be 1,670. 1,670 is what? From the profit, from the available profit, we paid the salaries, we paid the other expenses related to the agreement, then remaining part also belongs to the partners. That is their profit. Okay, that is their profit share. Okay, so now again I am saying, if in the agreement, if you have interest on capital and other expenses, please deduct those from the total divisible profit and take that here. Okay, listed out here first, interest on capital and other things. In this sum only we are having salaries for the partners. So balance is known as profit share. So now among the partners we have to distribute 1,670, but in the sum it is we have distributed agreed to share profit and losses equally. Profit and losses they are sharing equally, then we can divide this by 2 according to the agreement. Then 835. Okay, now we can see all the things related to the partners. Now the R is going to receive 1,795. Then Dilum is going to receive 2,035. Okay, the share of partnership income of each partner is this. Now this is what should we disclose within the partners income tax schedule. මේ partners ලගේ individual tax schedule එකේ දැන් මේ ගාන පෙන්නනවා. partners ලගේ තනි පුද්ගල දැන් මෙයාලගේ වෙන ව්‍යාපාරය යන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේ හවුල් ව්‍යාපාරයේ ලැබීම් කියලා මේක තමයි පෙන්නන්නේ යාලා. හරිද? මේ ආදායම පෙන්නනවා. මොකද මේ personal tax files වල මේ හවුල් කරුවන්ගේ දැන් මේ රුවන්ගේ කවුද රවිගේ personal tax file එකේ මේ 1795 පෙන්නනවා හවුල් ව්‍යාපාර තුලින් උත්පාදනය කරගත් ආදාය. එතකොට මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? හවුල් ව්‍යාපාරේනොත් එයාලා tax ගෙවනවා. ඊට පස්සේ ආයෙත් මේක tax වෙනවා. එතකොට tax principle වලට පටහැනි. අපි principles වලදී කතා කරා එක මූලාශ්‍රයක් මත දෙපාරක් බදු ගෙවන්න බෑ. අන්න ඒ නිසා හවුල් ව්‍යාපාරයේදී මේ අඩු කරපු tax credit එක here 169.8 okay can deduct as a tax credit of this particular partner's payable income tax. එයාලගේ ගෙවන බදු වලින් මේ ගෙවපු ගාන tax credit එකක් විදියට අඩු කරලා දාන්න පුළුවන්. Here we cannot say actually this is as a tax credit. This should be a tax payable. Okay. Okay. Withholding tax credit in the sense that දැන් මේ amount එක මේ ගාන ඒ හවුල්කරුවන්ට 169න් පෙන්වන්න බෑ. මේ ලැබෙන අනුපාතය අනුව tax rate එක ගාලා එතකොට එයාලගේ individual tax files වල එයාලගේ tax එක calculate කරාට පස්සේ ඒ එනාගෙන් මේ ගාන අඩු කරලා දාන්න පුළුවන් මොකද මේ tax එක දැන් ගෙවුවා කියලා. Okay. So when we are calculating this tax credit, what should we do? Tax credit according to this ratio of partnership income we need to distribute. Then for R 169.8 into 3,830 over 1,795. Okay. 169.8 into 1,795 divided by 3,830. 79.58. For Dilum 169.8 into 3830 over 2035. Okay, 2035. 169.8 into 2035 divided by 3830. 90.22. That's all. Okay. It's the partnership taxation.